Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Sumaira Moin here, and we are going to study today the poem that is Daffodils. I hope I am audible to you, and I'm going to share the screen with you all, and I hope you can clearly see the screen now. Daffodils by William Wordsworth. First of all, I am going to recite this poem so that you can listen to it and try to understand it at the same time. So let's begin. I wandered, lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For often, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon the inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. So, my dear students, I have recited the poem for you. I hope that you have understood a little bit of it. If not, then I'm going to explain it to you in detail. But before I explain it to you, just let me know what images are created in your mind when I was reciting it to you. You must have visualized nature, flowers, hill, stars. They are happy, they are dancing, the wind is blowing, right? Waves of the sea, right? You must have visualized all of these things. Now let's see the stanza number one. If you focus on the first verse, first line of this poem, I wandered lonely as a cloud. Here, the poet is saying he is wandering just like a lonely cloud which is floating over the vales and hills. Now, here in these two verses, you can see the comparison. The poet is comparing himself with the lonely cloud, a lone cloud that is floating, moving, wandering here and there just above the hills, right? So he is comparing himself with a lonely cloud. Can you guess which figurative device is used in these two lines here? Yes, you are right. It is simile, as lonely as a cloud. When all at once I saw a crowd, then the poet is saying that suddenly, when he was moving here and there, suddenly he saw a crowd of something. And what was the crowd of? The crowd was of golden daffodils. You must have seen daffodils, students. If not, then I'll be showing you the daffodils as well. There are a lot of daffodils, and where they were beside the lake and beneath the trees. And what were they doing? It's written here. Yes, you're right. It's they are fluttering and dancing in the breeze. It means that the wind is blowing and they're so happy and cheerful that they are fluttering, they are moving, they are dancing, they are free. And this beautiful view of daffodils dancing, it appealed to the poet. Then what is he saying in the next stanza? Let's see that. He is continuously describing how those daffodils are, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. Now he is here comparing the daffodils with the twinkling stars, shining stars on the sky. If you at night look at the sky, you see so many stars shining, twinkling. To the poet, those daffodils are just like the twinkling stars in the sky. Those daffodils were just like that to him. And then he is giving us more vivid description of it, that they are stretched in never ending line. It means that there are so many in number that there is no end that he could see of those daffodils. There are so many. And where were they were along the margin of a bay, as it is previously described that they are beside the lake. Here bay is another word to describe the lake. Then he is telling us the number. How many he saw at one glance? 10,000, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. They are moving, they are fluttering here and there, and they are they're dancing. Let's move on towards the third stanza. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. Now the poet is comparing the dance of the waves, means there is a lake beside those crowd of daffodils, and those waves are also dancing, and he is comparing the dance of the waves with the dance of those daffodils, and he is saying that the dance of the daffodil is much impressive and better than the dance of the waves. A poet could not but be gay. Gay means happy. In such a jocund company, jocund means happy. In such cheerful company. If you remember in the first stanza, the poet was saying that he is wandering lonely as a cloud here and there. And now, just after looking at the crowd of the daffodils, the poet is feeling so happy, right? In this company, he is feeling so happy. Then he's saying that I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. He's saying that I kept on looking at those beautiful flowers, and I was just wondering and thinking that what sort of wealth I have received from such a beautiful view of dancing flowers. He was earlier sad, maybe, right, feeling lonely, but now he is feeling so much blessed and happy. For often when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, to flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. Now he's telling us that whensoever he is lying on his couch, he is in sad mood or he is just empty, he is having no thoughts, then empty minded, then that view of those beautiful flowers that flash in front of his eyes, and that gives him pleasure. Bliss of solitude means that he's again lonely, lying there on his couch lonely, but that view is making him happy. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. And this view is so powerful that it makes the poet happy, and his heart starts dancing as the daffodils are dancing in that view. So, students, basically, I have explained you the poem Daffodils, and I hope word to word I have explained it so well. If you have any queries, please comment section below, and I will be looking at your queries and I will try my level best to answer them in my next video. I hope you liked it. If so, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Take care. Allah Hafiz.